I studied world history and religion. I was trying to understand why we are here, or how we deal with our existence, how we attain some sort of permanence. The stonework kept popping up in everything that I was studying. Anything that you wanted time to have, you could make it in stone, and it was, the kings and the civilization's way of saying, we are here, this is our statement, and most of those are gone, but the stone remains. So I wanted a job that would mean something at the end that would outlive me, but yet would still be part of the collective identity of humanity. You have to learn to see in reverse. It's almost a dyslexic assembly thing where you see what must come away, and the frame is full when you start, and you have to go, 3 up, 4 down, 6 back, and that's that point. It'll be the inside of the neck, it'll be the eye or something. And then you deconstruct the block into the form, and yet you only have one chance to do that. There's no recovering. If you don't take it off in the right order, then the piece is ruined. It demands complete obedience and dedication to it. Anything you can make with stone, we can do, and I like to do. I like to do big stuff because of the size. I want to be able to see it from 300 feet away. I want to see it on a building. I want to see it on the cathedral. On a hand-cut molding versus a machine molding, it just feels like it's grown, it's created organically without being formed by a machine in rigid, hard, sharp lines. The human figure with the faces is about the most rewarding to me, because people like that. They can identify with it, and if you can put some humanity into it and expression, thought, where the person that views it can actually wonder what that piece of stone was thinking when it had that expression, then you've kind of made that jump. The stone has the perception of singing when you ring it. It's almost like a blacksmith hammer. When the blacksmith hits a tool over and over again in a rhythmical pattern, it starts to set up the resonation with the echoes. I think it's very similar to that. It sings to you. And if you do the right things, it sings in a lighter and happier, finer tone as it gets thinner and thinner and more fragile, until finally it's just, you have to stop. So I like to try really difficult things that are very fragile. I like to hide a lot of subtle technical tricks in the pieces. How many people can handle a 4,000-pound piece of stone, figure out the math involved in that, going from the square to the circle, and then return it at the top to have something that hadn't been done before, so it was original as far as the world of art history. You have to be able to accept defeat. If you crash a piece and you've spent 40 hours of your life on it, you have to be able to accept that and continue. The competition is, can you control your mind and your body and the order in which you apply the processes, with enough power to break it, but not enough power to hurt what's underneath it. It's the feel that comes back to you in your hands through the tools, that this is the right amount of energy, so you're pushing while holding back. You're trying to move the mountain while trying not to push into it. I guess the more I learn about stone, it's basically how much more I can learn about how to control myself. You spend a lot of time alone, you spend a lot of time reflecting. Even when you're with people working on a project, you really can't communicate or talk. Kind of like being underwater. You get to reflect a lot, so it's made me a lot more contemplative and slower to make judgments and to make decisions, because when you make a decision in stone, it's there forever. You see how complicated God's work must be in creating just a simple face, or a simple animal, or a simple shape, just a geometric shape. So I think you're kind of standing in awe of existence when you shape stone.